Okay, so last year on the 11th of November, I had a word through the night. As I dreamt, I kept hearing the Lord speak to me. He said, something huge is going to happen on Monday. And that was Monday the 14th. I was told not to forget it. Something huge was going to happen on Monday. So on Sunday night, 2 minutes past midnight, when Dennis and I were still awake and felt the first shudders of the earthquake, the Kaikoura earthquake, I knew it had happened. That was what it was. But I didn't know what it was about. I knew there was more to it. You know, the Lord doesn't just wake you and say something huge. I think a 7 point, was it a 9 or a 1? It's not that huge for God. I knew that had to be something in the spirit. So I'm just putting the pieces together now because I did a couple of videos back then, and you can look up the videos that I posted about that earthquake to prove it, and somebody, Charlotte Rowe, saw when I posted it on Facebook, and she reposted it after the earthquake happened, so that verifies what I'm saying is true. But what people don't know is at the same time John Key sold out Israel just before he exited, and a lot of people, even Christians, are saying no, John wouldn't have done that because it was ratified a month later. People don't know when it actually happened, but it happened, I believe, at that time, and that was God shaking, just as he shook Christchurch and Kaikoura on the month of the Day of the Atonement, when the Pope walked through Westminster Abbey over the graves of the martyrs after 600 years on the Day of Atonement in September 2010, and Christchurch had its first quake. And we have been under judgment ever since, but the people are too dumb to add 1 and 1. So, and this is what people who think you just move on, with the H and Wanganua, you just move on. Those are really stupid people because they're not watching in the spirit and seeing that God judges and he doesn't forget anything. So I just want to show you this article here, which was John Key and John Kerry, and supposedly he'd come here. This is on the eve of Donald Trump's success on the 10th of November when Donald Trump won. Here was John Kerry in New Zealand supposedly talking about the TPPA. I mean, what in the world would he be interested in? He's on his way out. He had just come from Antarctica, where conspiracy theorists have said that he went there in a last-minute ditch attempt to convince the beings down there, the authorities down there who live under the ice, to allow Hillary Clinton to win the election. But they were not having it. So this was John Key's last job done for the Obama regime, and that is why John Kerry wasn't even in the States on that most important night. So you can just have a look there. That was last updated on the 13th of November. So, and look it up for yourself, and that is when John Key did it. So I also would like to show you a few other things, and that is, I want to show you this. I will leave the link to it.
Year of Jubilee, biblically, is when all debts were canceled and all the land returned back to the original owner.
That's a fantastic video for you to watch. It talks about the Jubilee, the time that we're in now, and I also would like to talk to you about and show you this one here, which is the fires. I had the dream. There's another video that I did about the horses which were locusts, and they were locusts and scorpions and locust, scorpion, horses type thing, and I knew straight away that they were the prophesied judgment in the book of Joel, and they had just come through the wall. So I got very upset when I saw them because I knew what it meant, and that was just before these fires hit. So I knew that these fires were these horses, the fires.
Let's look at this.
And this guy here.
Flyover Okay.
Now he's showing you, look.
The fire. All right, I'm going to pause this.
It looks like a bomb has hit.
Did you notice that you have all of these homes destroyed, but the trees are still here? All of the homes are leveled to the ground, burned completely to the ground, but pine trees, which are more flammable than paper, these pine trees are still standing. All of the trees are still here, so this is not a...
Okay, so this is not a normal fire, he's saying, and that...
quite a while, and I am a tool and die maker, and I saw a fire happen one time in General Motors plant years ago when I was working there, and the whole plant was evacuated because of a certain type of fire. And I want to show you something that you're going to find very interesting. So let's go to those videos. I'm going to minimize me. And I'm going to go to...
So he's also just going to talk about...
What I want to do is let you watch.
He's talking about the trees. You know, trees that are actually burning from the inside out. That this is a directed energy fire, so it's not natural at all. And on the eve of, on the day that Martin Luther King's memory is being defiled by the Pope and all the religions of the world, when the Pope signs the pact that to say that the Reformation is over. This is happening today. Not many people would give a damn, and they would say, you know, just say move on, like all those who would say forget about the H. But that's how tyranny becomes law. And if you don't stand up for the truth in little things, you know, you're not going to stand up for the truth in big things, and you'll be taken down by the lie and end up in a prisoner of war camp. I watched a movie, it was lovely, last week, called Another Mother's Son, and it was about a woman in Jersey who looked after a Russian soldier who'd been captured for 2 years, and you know, it was incredible just to see how people turn in their own community, and how, you know, those that you put in positions, you know, when people, I don't know if I'll be able to find this one, when people will sell out for small things, you know, they are the ones to watch, because they don't believe that anything could ever happen, that their lives could never actually change. We're just so used to security that that we don't believe it could ever happen. Okay, so this is another thing that I just wanted to show you. This is this, I called a false flag on that Vegas shooting, and this here has all been closed down. This is the video of a couple of guys took from the hotel opposite Hooters, and where they see up to 13 ambulances turn up. This is 2 blocks away from the Mandalay shooting. So here it is, before it gets taken down.
Were you at all concerned about your safety? Because obviously we were moving that direction. Absolutely, because it just sounded like open shooting.
So these guys are just watching it. They've just got some food and gone back to the... And they can't believe, because it's not even on the news, and so they're looking up the news channel and can't believe that there's a shooting being talked about over here in this one, but nothing going on here. And this is where all the ambulances are, and he watches the ambulances and people.
Across the boulevard there from Mandalay Bay, multiple gunshot victims. There was immediate panic, as you might imagine. People were running in all directions, including out onto the tarmac, which the airport is right there. You know, they have those private jet hangars, and now those crowds are now being ushered into a specific area.
So that's just all the rubbish that they're talking about.
Oh yeah, I thought it was a police chase.
And this is the guys who are videoing it. And now, after this has happened, 3 witnesses have ended up mysteriously dead. One couple, their car just spontaneously combusted. and I don't know if you can see it. So this is all the ambulances, and they have all these bodies coming out, but not a sign of a cop car.
I wish I had binoculars right now.
We're probably fucking idiots for sitting here. But Mandalay Bay's right over there. But if they were shooting at Mandalay Bay, why is there so many people coming out of Hooters?
Right.
So I don't think they know the whole story.
So this is in the early stages. And then just ambulance after ambulance turns up until there's 13. And there's not a word of it said on the news. Okay, my battery's going, so I'm going to have to just, you know, sign off now, and just hope that you do look up these things, because people are being taken off Twitter now. What's his name? Roger Stone has 40 million followers, and he's been banned off Twitter, and they are shutting down free speech fast. So you better educate yourself fast, hopefully. Thanks for watching.